is for AP CSP, the BJC curriculum, and we are doing Unit 5, Lab 1. It is the number guessing game. It is not the same guessing game that we coded before. If you were to run through it, it might look similar, but the idea of it is that you try and create an algorithm that will get you to the number the fastest way. So hopefully if you're looking at this video, that means that you were thinking about it before you came to the video, because I'm going to just kind of go right into it. I know most people, when you say guess a number between 1 and 60, hopefully most people think, all right, I'm going to guess 30, especially if they're going to be telling you too high or too low, because you can then take it away half of the list. If they tell you it's too high, you're not going to guess a number that's higher than that number. So what we have to do is we're going to use these. So you got a 2-finger click and show them. And we are actually going to have the computer try to guess our number. That, I'm going to hide this. So we'll have the computer guess a number that we are thinking of. So I'm going to start in this sprite, and I'll just kind of do when the space bar is pressed. I'm going to just have it take a guess. So we're still going to do between 1 and 60. I'm going to make a few variables. So my one variable is going to be called the min. My other variable is going to be called the max. And then I'm going to make a variable that'll be my guess. And once you see why we're doing, like how we're using them, it'll make sense why we need all three. But I'm going to initially set these variables. So I'm going to, set my min to 0. I mean, you could technically set it to 1, but I'm going to set it to 0 for the first thing. It's just easier. My max is going to be 60. And then my guess is going to be the middle of that. So that's why it's easier to keep it at 0. So I'm going to add them up and divide by 2. So max plus the min divided by 2. If your max is an odd number, it is better for us to round that number. And then basically I'm going to have the computer then say what the guess is. So I'll use a join, and I'll just say, is your number, oops, spelled that wrong. Put a space, tab it over. We're going to put the guess in there. And then from there is when you'll click on, maybe we could put a question mark. You'll click on whether that's too small, just right, or too big. So for instance, let's say the number is like 45 that I'm going to do. When they guess 30, which would be, this first thing is your number 30, we would say, no, that's too small. So we then, their next guess is going to be between 31 and 60. So I want to find the middle of that. So what I can basically do is, I'm going to duplicate this. I am going to set the min to my old guess. So if my old guess was 30, well, that's now my min, because that number was too small. And then we'll still do the min divided by the max. I don't know why I didn't just duplicate all of them. And so now if I click this, oh, I've got to go to front layer. Can't see it. Let me just click on the variable. So we'll look at the guess. So there's my guess, 45. So in that case, we would say it was just right. Well, let's pretend that the number is 43. and then that would be too big. So I'm going to duplicate all this, drop it in the too big, and hopefully you're thinking, oh, all we have to do is change the max to guess. So then if I click that, they now took half of between the old min, which would have been 30 and 45, I believe. So that would be 38. So remember, it's rounding. And then if, I think that's at 38, so that would be too small. So number 42, too small. 44 is too big. And then we got 43. So then we would just, for the just right, I don't know if it wants us to count how many guesses. Make the computer guess your number. Use the show blocks. Keep track of how many guesses. So I guess we will keep track here. So they did have a list of the guesses, so we could just add the guesses to the list, and then just, you could either make a variable for the guesses and just not make it a list, but we'll just add the guess to the list. Add guess, 2 guesses, and then we'll just do that in all of them. And then in the just right, we could say, do a join with a say, and just say how many guesses it took. That's it. You took. And then we'll do the length of our list. That'll be how many guesses they took. Again, you could just make a count variable. I guess I could put ES in parentheses, or you could just add an if-else statement. If there was only one number, it would only have taken one guess. So I guess if we need to add, I did add the initial, I just didn't add it in there. That's where I knew I was missing something. Add it in here. All right, so let's say my number is 12. So space bar, guess is 30, that's too big. 15, that's too big. 8 is too small. 12, just right. Oh my gosh, I forgot to put a go to front layer. Took 7 guesses. So we'll see if it has all my guesses in there. Give it some front. Okay, I was gonna say, I never cleared the list, but I don't know if I click the one button twice. Do that again. So the 30 is too big, 15 is too big, 8 is too small. I'm clicking too fast. That's why. Hold on. Let me move this here. If I click before it gets to add it, it's not going to add it. Try one last time. Oh, now I got to delete everything. Where is this? Delete all guesses. here. All right, is it 30? Too big. Is it 15? Too big. Is it 8? Too small. Just right. There we go. I don't know why that took longer than I thought. All right, well, hopefully that makes sense. The algorithm that you just solved was called a binary search when you cut things in half. Now, the idea is in order to use a binary search, you have to have a list of things in order. They can be alphabetical order since number or letters, characters have numerical values in the computer. But so when you think of a binary search, it's basically being able to get rid of half of the data each time you cut it down to make it smaller and smaller. It is faster than searching one by one on average. So hopefully this video helps if you needed to watch it. See ya.